Yes. So, welcome to third day, 22 soul lessons and 5 soul principles. Today, I like to start with a small story. Actually, this story is shared by my wife, Latika. So, today I feel to share this story with you. So, there is twin brothers. The name of the one brother is called Calm. 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 And the name of other brother is called Happy. Okay. So they are very loving brothers. They are so helping each other, encouraging each other, inspiring each other. But one day, with certain misunderstanding in between them, what happened? The calm brother becomes so angry. So calm brother feels lot of anger. So in that angry, both have big properties and everything. Both have separate homes, but still they live together because that much they love each other. But because of that anger, immediately the calm shift to his home, very near, another plot. Moving to that home, and the next day morning, he decided to create a separation whereby making a canal in between the two plots. There is a big canal so that his brother Happy can't come to meet him. So he created a canal with that much anger, that much rage. So once this brother Happy saw this, immediately that brother Happy shift into sad. That brother Happy feels so sad. And out of that sadness, the brother decided, okay, anyway, my brother is created a canal. So separation. So anyway, I am also ready for the separation. This is an eternal separation in between us. So what the sad, the happy becomes sad. So what the sad called the carpenter because there are a lot of wood in that home, in their plot. So call the carpenter and invite the carpenter and said, make a big wall in between our plot, big wall by using this wood, chopped wood. So once these two brothers are went out for their own job and all these things, what happened? This carpenter, the name of the carpenter is called awareness. So what this carpenter, awareness plus his nature is so compassion. So what this carpenter did is he rather than making a big wall, he created a bridge in between the two plots. Over this canal, he make a bridge. So what happened once the sad comes and even uh, the anger also in the home. So the sad comes, sad feels, okay, what the wrong you did? So he simply smiled and go. So immediately what this sad, because sad is already, before that is sad is happy. So what this sad did is sad go, cross this bridge and go to the brother calm. Calm is angry that moment. The moment the calm, the angry calm saw the happy sad, immediately he feels, wow, my brother is so loving. My brother is so forgiving. So, I did something mistake. So I need to correct it. So what does anger immediately feel again that much love to the happy? So again that anger is shifted into calm, and the same way the sad is shifted into happy. So the moral of the story is the power of bridge between the higher and the lower. The happy is a representation of our higher consciousness because our higher consciousness is always happy, but sometimes higher consciousness feels sad with our lower consciousness. Our lower consciousness is called calm because once the lower consciousness is calm, everything that relationship between the happy and calm is beautiful. But sometimes the relationship with the calm is anger because of certain misunderstanding or misperceptions or certain distortions. So what happened? Always we need the higher consciousness need to go to the lower consciousness to clear it because that much compassion and forgiveness. For that we need a carpenter called awareness. We always need awareness because sometimes we feel in spiritual science or in our daily life, or we feel we are so angry. Why can't I come out from this anger? Because actually the higher consciousness feels sad because I am all the time angry. So what is the method? Because I am doing yoga, I did pranayamam, I did so much meditation, so many other healing modalities, but still I am feeling angry. Why? Because the calm means our basic survival, the basic existential. That part of our self need to be satisfied, self need to be acknowledged. It's like we need to acknowledge the mud to reach to the lotus. So what we can do is we need to create a bridge. That means we need to go deeper to know the treasure rather than keep on blaming our lower consciousness. For our existential purpose, there is a lower consciousness all the time existing. So when we are learning this, all these lessons, for one thing we need to understand that the lower consciousness is existing and the higher consciousness is existing. When there is darkness, there is light, or when there is light, definitely there is darkness. When there is good, definitely there is bad. So when there is happiness, there is sadness. So this duality exists. How we can come out from the duality? The only way is to transcend. Because rather than clinging to any one part, suppose you cling to happiness, definitely your sad part will be unhappy about you because that part doesn't get enough acknowledgement. So you end up in sadness. So better way is to transcending. Transcending always be with awareness that yes, when there is good, there is bad. It's like a two side of a coin. When you love, there is hatred existing. Hatred always exists along with love. So that's why when you love someone so deeper, the moment some misunderstanding happens, the hatred is also so deeper. When you love someone a little bit, so hatred is also a little bit. So this is the way our what we call our human life is mean because in this earth realm, it's full of dual aspect is existing. So, dear friends, we need to understand once more about our first soul lesson is you are a divine immortal being. So, more you are understanding a divine immortal being, first thing we need to understand all the part which is not aligned with this divinity, what that higher divinity is all about. And once we need to settle it in a very relaxed way, because lot of we call it as undivine part. I don't know whether the word is correct or not, but I created this word undivine. It's not divine or not divine. Okay, we can call it as not divine, a part which is not divine. So we need to understand that part, why it is not divine. Because whatever the part which we say is not divine contains lot of treasures about our own self, lot of gifts which is or nutrients in that spot. So it's very important we need to encounter all the part which we feel is not at divine. more we encounter it, more we face it, more we know it, the real wisdom out of it, and we need to separate from it also. We need to separate. Separation means it's like detachment, not an attached way. More we are detaching from that part, more we can acknowledge that part. Then the another part is immortal. Once you understand the divine nature, automatically you can connect to your immortal nature. For that, our life is give a lot of challenge because it's not easy to believe that we are divine all the time, because our itself our bodily certain need itself never give a freedom to feel that we are divine, because sometimes our body has certain urges, certain feelings, so many things. Okay, anyway, so next is you are a co-creator with the divine, because co-creation, very important aspect, we need to understand that we are a creator. That means whatever we are experiencing, suppose today you are experiencing a fear or you are experiencing some sort of disturbance, definitely there is a creating energy inside, not somebody outside is creating. I will share another one more story which is so inspired me, is called a Zen master. This Zen master always like to do moon meditation. Yesterday is full moon. I think some of you shares today is also a big moon day. Okay. Anyway, so this master also do moon meditation. Very interested to do moon meditation. So everyone know that he is doing moon meditation in between the time 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock that time. So he is doing the moon meditation in a lake where all other boat service stops at that time. Nobody will encourage their boat or service their boat. So he alone sit in his own boat and enjoy the moon meditation, enjoy that lake, that flowingness, everything. So one day, and he know that everyone is respecting him. So one day he is in meditation. Suddenly, a boat struck his boat. The moment the boat struck, he immediately feel anger, and he first use some bad language or something. I didn't get it. Hello. Someone got disconnected. Want you to let them in. Okay, I'll check it. Yes, there is nobody. Okay. So the moment this Zen master feels anger, and immediately he opened his eyes, what he saw is the bot is empty. So he created this statement called the bot is empty. That means the anger is within himself, not something external is triggered his anger. So his theory is called the bot is empty, and he laughed because he feels someone will come with a bot and hit his because of disrespect or something like that. But the truth is the bot is empty. Most of the time in our life, the bot is always empty. The anger is within us, the sadness is within us. Only thing is someone will touch the switch. That person touch the switch and immediately the light on. That's happening. So the co-creator with the divine means some other work like a mirror. They help us to touch those switch and immediately light comes. So once the light is on, we need to work on that light. We need to understand the source of that light, where this light is coming, where the current is passing, and why I use this light. Because anyway, we are placing some light in our home, definitely for some purpose. First, for example, when we are, for example, we are carrying one emotion, because we have a lot of confusion about all the time emotion. We say that happiness is good, anger is bad, sadness is bad, calm is good, jealous is bad, some other are good. In this way, we are always discriminating our emotions. What I realized is, when you feel jealous, one thing you need to notice that whom you feel jealous. Suppose you feel jealous to a person, maybe a person's some possession or some creativity or talent. Suppose you feel jealous, the real inner meaning of the jealous is called That same potential is within you. You are not recognizing it. So jealousy is coming to knock you, to realize you that you already have that talent in you. So only thing is you need to leave that person and start working on oneself. Start ready to awaken your own inner talent. And at the same time, anger. Anger is like a protective measure. Suppose we are so vulnerable, that time anger will help to protect. For example, once a session happened to know about the anger, what is the source of the anger. I work with a person, and immediately that person travel back in time to his childhood day. In that childhood day, he is a child, a small child, just simply lying in the bed. Even he can't move because that much small child. So some of the cousin or some brother or some sister, they use a needle and they are experimenting by putting that needle into the eyes. So immediately the needle come, that baby spontaneously closing the eyes and screaming. Ah, that sound. That time, that energy which help to do is anger. So is it that anger bad? Do you feel that anger is bad? No. Every emotion is equally valuable. Everything existing in this universe is equally valuable. Everything, whatever we are experiencing in our daily life has its own value. The only thing is we need to understand it. Maybe in coming sessions I will share more about the value and how we can understand it more deeper. So today, mind is everything. What do you think you become? Yesterday, I show you about the circle of desires, Garden of Eden, phase of illusions, phase of disillusionment, genuine search, and point of awakening. Okay. So today, okay, yesterday again we talk about creation begins with thoughts, and we work on that. Today also it is very important. The begin with thought. What is our thoughts? And we create our own reality, not some of it, not most of it, all of it. So understand that we are creating. So many times we are so interested to feel that we are the victim because of the fear of taking the responsibility of the life. So dear friends, it's time to take the responsibility of our life. Only take the responsibility of our lives. So many times we take the responsibility of others. Very important, we need to take the responsibility of oneself. Whatever I am feeling, because today morning also I heard about one of my friend, someone will did some message to his wife, and he is so angry. Why that person sent that message? Actually, what is his issue? What he is feeling is more important than why that person, because we cannot change anybody in this world. We can only change our own self. So it is very important to take self responsibility. More and more you take self responsibility, definitely you can engage your feelings. You can understand what is your real feelings, what is your true feelings with that thoughts. So today our topic is first start with five soul principles. It's very important to understand the five soul principles. The first soul principle is called non violence. Suppose I already told you that we are spontaneous being, we are playful being, we are adventurous being. Okay, I'm very playful, so I believe tomorrow I feel that okay, I'm picking a big stone because of out of my playfulness and hit someone's head. Very adventure, but it is not allowed for our soul principle. When I did it, definitely I need to face certain levels of suffering because of non-violence. The suffering is not given by any god or any other entities. The suffering is created by our own soul, because when we deviate from our soul principles, definitely we punish our own self. We are punishing our own self. Nobody is going to punish you. So that's why non-violence is so important. Non-violence means uh, we need to respect everybody's boundaries. Every human being has their own boundaries, their own set of boundaries. So we need to respect. Yesterday also I shared about the gender confusions, the gender consciousness. Someone believe that I am male, you are female. So a female means I am male, I am the authority, I am the powerful person, so that I can abuse you. That's a wrong understanding. They have their own boundaries. Or the female feels I can tease the male. That's a wrong understanding. Everyone has their own boundaries. We need to respect it. Even we sometimes with our ignorance we violate it. At least we need to say, I'm really sorry because of my ignorance. But violation is not an excuse. So that is called non-violence. Never violate anybody's boundary. Never enter into somebody's boundary. We need to respect everyone as they are. And the second principle is called truth, satya. That means truth. There are two types of truth existing. In later time, I will share it more deeper. One type of truth is called relative truth. More and more we are stuck in the relative truth. But here I am mentioning about the absolute truth. The greater absolute truth is called we have our own choice. There is a free will existing for our soul. We have a choice. Each moment we have a choice. We are not a puppet at all. We have a choice. So next is uh, celibacy. This is the word which a lot of people will misunderstand. Celibacy means, in the real, the translation of the word means controlling your sexual energy. But rather than the controlling or rather than suppressing it, the real meaning is we need to redirecting the energy for a higher purpose. We need to redirect because it's a amazing energy. Suppose when you met any enlightened master, you feel that that master is filled with so sensuous, so sexual energy. Once you see a master, you feel like that because that person is filled with that energy. It doesn't mean that that person is a wrong person. It's only mean that that person redirecting the energy for higher purpose. It's same like through atom we can create electricity, through the atom we can make a atom bomb, like that nuclear bomb or anything like that, because the direction how we are directing the energy, definitely a part has a purpose for reproduction and everything existing, but it is not the ultimate purpose. It's not the always purpose. We need to understand it. So we need to work on that distorted versions of our sexual energy is very important, because nowadays what we are noticing is a lot of people are experiencing a lot of distortions through certain experiences from the current life or from different life journeys. So it's very important to we need to address it and heal our own distorted versions of our sexual energies. Otherwise, it all the time work as a weakness of our own self. Next is non-stealing. Again, it is a part of non-violence or boundary. Non-stealing. Never try to steal anybody. We are so interested to steal. Even the most interesting way of stealing is called stealing the energy. Sometimes we steal the energy. For example, in between spouse, I see this stealing energy. Suppose one spouse is so happy and another spouse immediately shows certain guilt or showing certain sadness. By showing this sadness, suppose that another spouse has certain guilt energy inside. Through poking the guilt energy and you are stealing the energy from that person, it becomes we are not aligned with our own energy. That's the main reason we start stealing. So the better way is start connecting to your own energy, your higher energy. When you are not connecting to your higher energy, normally people will like to stealing the energy in different ways. It's a vast bigger subject I am not entering today itself. Another is non-possessiveness. Most of the time we are so possessive. We always want to possess. We always want to cling. More you cling to anything, the chance to lose is high. So better is don't be so possessive. Possessive always make freedomless. You are not allowing anybody to freedom. Because in this modern days, in relationship I always saw this possessiveness. A wife is taking husband's WhatsApp message all the time checking, and or the husband is checking wife's messages. Why so possessive? If that person is not interested you, allow it to leave. That's better than be possessive, because if that person need to stay with you, definitely stay with you. That's a confidence we all need to understand, because the relationship which need to stay, definitely it stay. The relationship need to go, it definitely go. So that is the principle. It's like a breath which come, the breath which go. That's the way the relationship is all about. Once it's staying, be happy and gratitude and enjoy the moment of that relationship rather than all the time clinging, all the time in victim space. That's possessiveness. So better thing is be non-possessive. Okay. So these are the five soul principles. When you want to know more and more about your immortal nature, these principles are always important, and these principles are always important while you aligned with your spontaneity. When some spontaneous thought, suppose a person see a girl in a street, and that person's there is spontaneous thought come to rape that girl. Is it aligned from the soul? No. That person says it's a spontaneous thought. No, that spontaneous thought is a wrong thought because it contains violence. It is not your truth because you have a lot of choice. You can respect, but you are not that doing that respect. You have a chance of celibacy. You can change that energy. You can transfer or transform that energy. You are not doing it, and you are stealing it, stealing somebody's body, stealing, and you become so possessive. So what happened? You need to experience a lot of karmic damage of your soul. You are really damaging your own soul. So we need to respect our own soul principle. These are all our own soul principle. Nobody's come and hit you with a stick. Sir, what is the soul perspective on masturbation? How to approach it from the higher purpose? We can discuss it more deeper later. Okay, Gaurav, we can discuss it. Definitely, I will give the answer. So first thing is non-violence, another is truth, another is celibacy, another is non-stealing, another is non-possessiveness. Um, yes, one more question. Okay, thank you. Yes. So always we need to check with our spontaneity, our playfulness, and our adventure along with this five soul principle. Otherwise, people believe, okay, I am a very playful soul, so that I can do whatever I like to do. That's a wrong understanding. Or I am adventurous. Adventurous doesn't mean you are jumping from a big mountain and dying or suicide. Is that's not adventure because you are violating your own soul principle. You are violent to oneself. You have another choice. You are so possessed to something else, maybe possessed to your departure from the world. Again, the very important thing is we need to respect our soul principle and align with our soul principle. So the next important lesson is fifth lesson is you create in pictures. Whatever. It's like a child. When you observe the child is not listening to our words. Child always observe how is my father, how is my mother. Child always work like a sponge. That is the image. Child only want the picture. Child wants picture. The same way, our mind and our consciousness is like a capturing like a pictures. We always want pictures so that sometimes one picture can share knowledge of 100 books. One picture can share. One picture is important. That's why one movie is also very important. There are a lot of spiritual movies we need to watch it because each movie contain a lot of wisdom. So watching the movie is very spiritual. Someone got disconnected. Want to let I don't know, Shalini. I didn't know about that disconnected person because when I'm checking, there is nobody is disconnected. How will
That
manipulation done with? Yes.
actually, I had typed that like around 10-15 minutes back. Is the message still keep coming? I had typed that quite
No,
long.
no, nobody is in this waiting room, so I don't know about it.
I know, I know.
Okay,
I had typed that 20 minutes back. Right?
okay. How will manipulation done with negative intent by people affect non-violence principle? How will manipulation done with negative intent by people affect? Yeah, definitely. Yes, manipulation, negative intent. Yes, intention is itself is very important because what is your action is not important. Suppose you are doing a lot of charity, but at the same time your intention is wrong, then definitely it is against your own uh, soul principle. So important aspect is intention. That's why the thought, the creation begins with thought. The thought means we need to observe our intention. What is your real intention? That's called karma. Suppose you start anything with a wrong intention, it's like a circle, you reach to that same place. That's called karma. Where you start, that's the same place you come back. Suppose you attending a webinar with a wrong intention, the end result of the webinar is the wrong space. So what is your intention all the time we need to check. Wherever we are entering, whatever we are doing, what is our intention is always important. That's a very good question. Thank you. So we create in pictures. So all the time, this is a very important lesson. We need to observe while the thought comes. We need to engage our feelings before. First, you engage the feelings. First, we need to observe what is my feeling. Suppose the thought is so good. I want enlightenment. Okay. Or I want to meditate for 1 hour. Okay. Or suppose I want a good health. Okay. Suppose my thought is I want good health, and the immediate the feeling is coming fear. How can I become good health? Some doubt is coming. That means your feeling is wrong feeling. So we need to engage the right feeling. So that we need to observe real thought inside, because there are two types of thoughts. One is the thought coming from the higher realm. The another is thought coming from our own inner memories. That's called our own chitta, our own samskaras, our own subconscious or unconscious space. So once we dwell deep into it and once we understand it, more your awareness touch, it changes. With lack of awareness is maintaining that thought in a negative way. So once you are aware, whatever the negative, when you are aware about that negative, it's like a light, it change. So your awareness is so important. Next is picture. What is the picture coming? Okay, suppose the thought is good health and the feeling also come is very expansive. You feel so love. Okay, I'm creating a good health. Immediately there is a picture coming is like you are in a sickness. That means there is some wrong picture is still existing in your mind. So we need to understand about the picture. So go back. So once that picture is changed, because picture is very important, that picture always manifests. Once a picture, hold it for almost, I think, 50 seconds or like that, it can manifest. That much power is a picture. It hold because it's very difficult to hold a picture. Even the seconds is very important because holding a picture for a long period, that picture is going to manifest. So picture is always important. And another aspect, yes, is live in the present. What it means living in the present, because a lot of people will have a lot of confusion. What is present? Present is not away from the past, or present is not away from the future. Present is a total. Then there is 17 seconds. Okay, thank you. 17 seconds. A thought we hold for 17 seconds, it manifests. Thank you, Gaurav. Okay. So live in the present. Live in the present means our past, our future, everything is existing in this moment. That's called moment. That's called now. According to Eckhart Tolle, it's called now, this moment. So how we need to attend this moment? So normally we mindful means we only mindful about something external. So today we are going to practice another experiment, and experience is called Saptavadan. That means the attention on seven things at a time. That is the real attention. Normally in our way is called Savdan. We use this Sanskrit word called attention means one thing. Focus only on one thing. That's why people are always confused. How can I focus on one thing? It's very difficult. One thing, because we need to be awareness is more important, because here we are not going to make our mind into powerful some other aspect. Our aim is to sharpen our soul energy. To sharpen our soul energy, we need to be more aware. So the first awareness starts, the first attention is called be aware of what you are facing in the external world. Okay, suppose here I am sitting in front of you. Okay, you are seeing me, you are aware about me. Okay, you are seeing me, my head, my hair, my forehead, face, my fingers are moving, I'm speaking. You are aware with your senses. Your eyes, through your eyes you are seeing me. Through the ears you are listening me. At the same time, wherever you are sitting, suppose sometimes when your nose is sharp, certain smell also we recognize. People are recognizing with smell. So according to your olfactory modality. And sometimes people who are so gustatory, they feel certain taste also. So this is why facing the external world there are so many a modality which open inside. When you are visual person, your visual modality is strong. When you are auditory, your auditory is strong. When you are kinesthetic, the physical sensations are strong. When you are olfactory, the smell is strong. When you are gustatory, your taste buds and everything are strong. So that is the first attention, facing the world and understanding about the senses. Once you are aware about the senses, second attention is called observe the body sensation. We immediately feel certain body sensation. Suppose you are meeting a person, or suppose now you are sitting in front of me, okay? You are seeing me, first awareness, okay? Today we are doing this exercise. Next is you observe your body. What I am feeling on my body. Am I feeling any sensation? Any sensation is okay. It doesn't mean that you are sitting in front of me, only nice sensation need to come. No, nothing like that. Suppose some very disturbed sensation also come. I'll share why it is coming also. Okay. When you feel anxiety, okay, good. Anxiety is coming, and anxiety that is creating heaviness on your body. Sometimes certain lightness is coming, that's good. Heaviness is coming, good. Pain is coming, very good. Or tingling sensations are coming, vibrations are coming. Oh, immediately you feel itching. When you are seeing me, when you are listening me, immediately you are start feeling itching. So you feel, what is wrong in this situation? It's wrong because I am itching. It's nothing wrong. There is something which deeply you need to understand. That's why you feel itching. Okay. So whatever the sensation coming to you, you can experiment this with your daily life also. Whenever you get time, you can experiment. It's a very beautiful and wonderful experiment. Okay. So once you understand and once you feel, observe the body sensation, next is sensations means heaviness, lightness, tingling sensation, warmth, cool, vibration, itching, pain, numbness, etc., etc. Any more sensations, okay? And the third attention is knowing the existing, knowing the existing imagination and emotions. So immediately the itching is coming. What happened? There are imaginations coming. Some imagination coming. Maybe some demon is coming to your imaginary layer. Something is coming, and you start feeling, why this imagination? Because I am seeing very nice person, but the imagination is very weird. It's okay. And there are emotions coming. Immediately you feel cry, immediately you feel anger, immediately you feel some sort of disturbance. It's okay. So first we need to attend it. More normally what we do is we deny it, we keep on denying it. Why this is coming? Because I am meeting some person which is nice and I am experiencing something weird. Is it, am I wrong? No, I am not wrong and you are not wrong. That's the truth. It's nothing wrong. There is something deep, we need to understand it. That's it. Okay. So fourth attention is understand the thought form and intention behind. Then you immediately understand certain thought forms. Thought forms come in the form of memories. Thought forms come in the form of certain events. Sometimes it come in the form of a symbolic story. Immediately you see that you are hanged by me. Suppose you are seeing like that, okay? Suppose you see that I am hanging you or I am killing you. So you have, why I am saying like that? It's okay. Because that is the thought form inside. Thought form is like this person is danger. That's a thought form. This person betrayed me. That person abandoned me. This person killed me. So many things. Or sometimes it is nice experience. Okay, this person loves me. This person helped me, heal me. It's wonderful. So there is an intention behind at that moment. You can, more you attend, you understand what is that intention. Right. One more question. Yes. It signifies that there is a soul connect. Is this thought right? Yes, absolutely, Vinod. Wonderful. It signifies a soul connect. Yes, you can connect with the soul. Today we can experiment with me because I really want to know how many of you in this webinar is really connect with me so that you can observe and in which way you are connected. Maybe you are connected in different ways. Suppose I serve you in some time, lifetime. Suppose I am a spouse, suppose I am a friend, suppose I am a teacher, suppose I am a doctor, suppose I am a thief. Suppose I'm a policeman. Suppose I'm a prostitute. Suppose I'm a beggar. Anyway, maybe I am connected. Or suppose I'm a neighbor, or in any way I am connected because some connection, something which still want to resolve. Then again we meet. Meeting again in a different aspect. To resolving we meet again. Something we need to resolve. Okay, through that my teaching I'm resolving something. That's a one way. Another way is to experience that previous certain wonderful experience, to elevate it again, multiplying it, amplify our energy, expand our consciousness, multiplying our wisdom. Again we meet. And several way. One way of meeting is in a direct karmical way, and another way of meeting is for exploration, for adventure, for playfulness. Again, we meet. It doesn't mean that all the time all the meetings are karmic meetings. No, there is no need that. There is some meetings are just fun, just enjoyment, just playfulness. So that you can really know why you are attending this webinar with me. Today you can understand when you are ready. Okay, so another attention is called fifth attention. That is, there is some focus of silence. Once you connect to those memories or thought forms, immediately you are drawn by a silence. Silence is always coming when the memories or the thought forms are wonderful. The silence come. But when the memories and thought forms are not so pleasant, emptiness or void come. So that time you need to attend that void. Sometimes that void is scary, but it's okay because we are in a very safe and secure place. Okay, you are in your home or you are in your comfortable place. So it's okay to address the void. And the next thing is sixth one is once you are in the silence or you are in the emptiness or you are in the void, some awareness on the insights open. Be aware that some insights coming, some symbolic language coming. Through this insight, you understand the real contract or real relationship. Is it a karmic, or is it to finish something, or is it just for adventure or playfulness or fun or learning? Is it for a learning purpose or is it for a playing purpose? You can understand it. Okay. And the last one is called understand the message from the consciousness. Understanding the message. Am I a part of your soul group, or am I a part of some other group? I am just volunteering for you. You can understand it. More you are so open, because when we are using our stupid logical mind all the time, you can't experience any of these things. When we just drop it, you can take the logic mind later. Later, with once you understand everything, you can take the logic mind and observe the life, you understand it clearly. Because telepathically, we can all communicate and understand so many things. Okay? Because I did this experiment several times, and all the time I am successful. So that's why I am leading you now. Okay? Ready for the meditation? That's called, one aspect is picture, thought forms. Now we know we are the master of thought, we are the master of feelings, we are the master of picture, and so we are doing this experiment now. It's not a meditation by just closing your eyes. Here, really, I am doing the meditation. First, start with opening your eyes. Yes, chat. I have had my Akashic records reading years ago. Okay. And I was told that I spent most of my incarnation in India, and even that I was a friend, acquaintance, if Jesus speaking to how I could have manifested this experience with you and this group. Yes, we can observe, okay. Speaking to how I could have manifest this experience with you and this group, I spent most of my incarnation, and even that as a friend. Yes, definitely. But I like you to drop all our expectations, because so many times our inner expectations, inner recordings, sometimes something new also emerge. Because each and every time we need to understand that universe is ever expanding. Universe is always moving and unlimitedly expanding. So same way, our experience also, each time there is something new is coming. So I always suggest you to leave all the past for your moment and try to be a new. This is the time you can experiment something new. What is the new connection with me? Today we are doing this experiment. Okay. When you feel excited, when you feel ready, you can say, you can chat yes.
Yes.
Yes. And one
Yes.
more slide I like to share you before starting. That slide is called, for all this, very important aspect is a three stage of acceptance. We need to accept ourselves. The first stage of acceptance is called, we need to accept our non-acceptance. Certain things we can't accept it. Certain understanding, certain images, certain pictures, or certain memories, certain events, certain knowing, it is not easy to accept. So you need to accept the non-acceptance. And even you need to be aware about your non-awareness also. So be aware about non-awareness, be accept about non-acceptance. And another is understand the triggers. What is really triggering you? What is that trigger? So it's a very adventurous journey to understand the trigger. More you understand the trigger, definitely there are certain realization. Realization means something which coming from within you. Means there is so no one outside of you is telling anything. Something coming from deep within you definitely give you a deep realization. So you are realizing maybe through your some gift or something. The more you realize, there are some certain appropriate actions and everything comes to you that help you to be in a total acceptance. Okay, now I like you to forget everything, all these slides and everything. There is no need for all the time thinking about the slides. Just start the experiment, experiment with our own consciousness. Yes. So completely mute your video and mute your audio. Make yourself comfortable, sit comfortably, relaxed. In this time, we are doing a process by to know how you are connected to me, how you are connected with the current life, Rupesh. Okay. I don't, nobody need to share it all the time. It's not necessary, but you need to just understand it. Or is there any significance in this current life? Or is my teaching or my presence is helping you? All these things you can understand. Is it for any resolutions or is it for some learning, some encouragement, anything? You can understand it. So it's an experiment, dear friends. So when you are ready, in this moment you are not closing your eyes. In this moment you are only seeing me. You are looking directly to uh, my physical appearance. First part of this meditation start by looking into my physical appearance. But whatever you are seeing, accept it. Sometimes when you look into me and you see terrible, it's okay. You feel that yes, it's beautiful, then okay. You feel it's ugly, it's okay. Don't worry about your experience. Your experience is always your experience. Okay. I never take anything personally. Okay. So completely attend me, looking directly to myself, my body. Now I'm in a posture, even my environment, and you can connect your own energies now. Once you get my picture for another 1 minute, I like you to close your eyes. Simply close your eyes. In this moment, you close your eyes, you leave my image and just observe your body. Start relax your body. Again, you start journeying from the head down to your toes. Completely attend your head, relax your head down and down. Relax your forehead down and down. Relax your eyes. Relax your ears. Relax your cheeks. Relax your nose. Relax your lips. Relax your chin down and down. Relax your neck and throat area, shoulders and arms, whole upper body, upper spine, middle spine, lower spine, chest area, and abdomen area. Completely relax. and down from the hip, down and down to buttocks, genitals, thighs, knees, calf muscles, ankles, and toes. Totally relax. Relax your body. In this moment, you slowly take a deep breath, inhale, taking a deep breath according to your comfortable level. When you are inhaling, move your awareness from the toes to head. While you are exhaling, move your awareness from head to toes. Do it 7 times. Inhale, move your awareness from toes to head. Exhaling, move your awareness from head to toes. Each time you are exhaling, simply smile because you are really activating your playful nature for experiment. All the time experiment, we need our playful energy. Do this 7 times. Yes. Once you do it 7 times, in this moment onwards, you are doing it 3 more times. In this 3 more time, again you are inhaling, move your awareness from toes to head. Each exhalation, you are simply humming like this. Inhale, move your awareness from toes to head. Exhale. Inhale, move your awareness from toes to head. Exhale. Inhale, move your awareness from toes to head. Exhale. Now you start observe your natural breath, the breath which is coming to you, the breath which is staying with you, the breath which is leaving from you. You are completely aware about your in breath and out breath and completely one with your breath for another 1 more minute. Completely be with your breaths. Totally be with your breaths. Last 30 more seconds completely with your breath. In this moment, through my voice, you can again recollect my picture, my face, my upper body, my hair, my eyes, my ears, my nose. You can recollect my image which you already see, which you already saw. You can recollect it. And that inner image, you are observing that inner image of me. More and more, this inner image coming to you, Start observing your physical sensations. What is what type of physical sensations are coming to you? Completely observe your body sensation without any judgment, whether it is pleasant or unpleasant. Are you feeling heaviness? Are you feeling lightness? Are you feeling tingling sensation? Are you feeling vibration? Are you feeling itching sensation? Are you feeling any numbness? Are you feeling any pain or any other sensations? And deeply observe which part of my body I am feeling this sensation. Once you understand the sensation, understand that this is a bridge. So be more and more aware about the bridge which can help you to connect to my soul and soul connection also. So take it as a bridge. Take this sensation as a bridge and intensify the sensation. When it is heaviness, you keep intensifying the heaviness. More and more you intensify, more and more you can convert it as a bridge easily. So keep multiplying the sensation. Keep on intensifying the sensation. Allow to multiplying the sensation again and again and again. Reach to the maximum which you can bear. According to your comfortable space, increase it to your own comfortable levels. That maximum level. Maximum for your physical level, for your emotional level. Keep on intensify and allow it to reach to that maximum. Once the sensation reach to that threshold, that maximum state, in this time, I'm counting from 3 to 1. You go much more deeper realm along with your breath. Connect to that existing imagination and emotions. Yes, keep on observing. Whatever the coming is, I like you to keep on deeply observe the knowing, know the existing imaginations and emotions that is coming from this bodily sensations. 3, traveling through this bodily sensation and make it as a bridge. 2, completely allow your eyes are totally closed. You connect to that inner images, imagination, and that very powerful emotion attached in this moment. 1, totally understand that imagination. You are not suppressing it, you are not denying it, you are not expressing it, only knowing it. Knowing that existing imagination, completely knowing that existing emotions, totally be there. And again, I like you to intensifying it, increasing it. When it is an imagination, brighter and brighter, increasing that contrast, increase that colors, keep on increasing it. When it is emotion, keep on elevating that emotion, intensify that emotion to the maximum which you can bear, maximum which you can tolerate. Connect to that space of threshold. Keep on intensifying it. Completely allow your third attention to reach and intensifying it. Intensify total acceptance and total acceptance of non-acceptance. Completely intensifying it. In this moment, I am counting from 5 to 1. Again, you can make this imagination and emotions like a bridge. You can enter into the deeper memories or any images or any stories, thought forms deeper and deeper inside, like a movie. 3, completely allowed to connect to that movie inside, which is connected with me. A movie which you play a wonderful role with me. Whatever that role itself is appreciable, whatever that role, whether it is a friendly role or enemy role, good role or bad role, whatever the role I played with you, completely acknowledge and accept as it is. 3, 2, and 1. Jump into that time period, jump into that memories or that story inside where you played a wonderful role with me, and observe what role I played in that time. Am I played a role as a healer, as a therapist, or a teacher, or a villain, or a friend, or an enemy, or a father or mother, sibling, son, daughter, or spouse, lover, a betrayer, abandoned? What role I'm playing? Am I a role of a manipulator? What role I played in your life at that moment, in that movie, in that story? What is the role I played? When the role is so bad, you immediately enter into a wide space. When the story is so good, you can easily slipping into a deep inner silent space. So take your own time for another few more moments. You completely explore that story, completely know that story, allow it to know, and completely know how you departed from that story, how your story ended. Is it a very good ending of your story with me, or that ending is so traumatic in nature, of feeling of any separation, any pain, any sort of disturbance, or is a very happy ending? What is that ending moment of that story, that climax? I like you to observe that climax of that role completely be with me. Explore it much more deeper and deeper. Each time you are connecting, your whole energy travel much deeper and deeper dimensions. You are an amazing being, so you can see everything clearly, feel everything clearly. All the impressions are coming to you completely with crystal clarity, or exploring all that thought forms, intention behind in this movie. And especially you understand the climax thought, the ending thought, ending emotions, that help you to reach to where you need to settle down. Is it an empty space, void, or a silence? So now I count from 3 to 1. Again, you slipping down and down to the next level, that is a silence, emptiness, or void, appropriate for your experience. 3, completely allow according to your experience to jump into the silence, emptiness, or void. Now 1, stay there and observe your experience, what you are experiencing, what you understand about the soul connection. Completely be there in that emptiness, silence, or void, which is appropriate for you in this moment. Totally be there, totally experience it. Is it a very silence and calm, or is it filled with any fear or any sort of disturbing loneliness? What it is coming to you, completely allow it, completely allow it to go out through your body in the form of breath. In this time, when you inhale, you can completely allow it, whether it is silence also, you breathe in and breathe out through your mouth. You completely relax and going deeper and deep into that space. Each time you are inhale through your nose, every exhalation is through your mouth like a breeze. Each exhalation help you to go deeper and deeper and deeper layer, that helping you to connect to your sixth attention space. So keep traveling deeper, deeper. With every breath, you are going deeper, deep into that silent space, emptiness, or void. Along with your experience, go to that very depth of that experience. I'm counting from 10 to 1. Each countdown is help you to the depth of that experience. Once the count reach 1, you spontaneously elevated, spontaneously travel to the higher space with more awareness and connect to the deeper insight and symbolic language of the total experience. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You are so near to that higher space. You are your soul energy space with playfulness, adventure, and spontaneity. 2 and 1. In that space, allow all the insights to come, all that symbolic language, and spontaneously you can easily connect to the consciousness message. What is the consciousness message? which is related with me, connecting with me as Rupesh in this current life that come in front of you. You can observe that consciousness message. Is it come for a learning, for some resolution, something to clear, some karmic baggage to clear, or is it for some new adventure to begin, playfulness, fun oriented? What is the significance of the relationship or the connection this person is showing in this moment? So connect to that consciousness, observe your breath, and another 3 more minutes, you completely connect your inner space with that consciousness space. I'm just singing a song in a humming way that is keep on helping me to connecting and understand the truth existing behind the soul connection. You can understand it rather than from a superficial layer, more in the ground layer with more wisdom. Understand the importance of each moment, each meeting, everything you can understand. So be there in with your conscious energy along with that consciousness space. Last 2 more minutes, completely connect your consciousness space. Completely absorb that wisdom, understand the role, understand the soul connection in this process. Trust your experience, totally accept as it is. Last 30 seconds. Completely be aware about all your experience, whatever it is, accept as it is, acknowledge completely, respect your experience, trust your experience. Last 10 seconds. Now I'm counting from 5 to 1, coming back to your body. Observe after this experience. What are the sensations you are experiencing now with this new realization by understanding the soul connection? Observe your physical sensation. Observe the sensation in your heart space. Observe the sensation in your third eye space. Observe the overall bodily sensations. Understand is one, every day in every way you are getting better and better. Two, you are a divine immortal being. You are a co-creator with divine. Creation begins with thoughts. Engage your feelings. Three, you create in pictures. And four, live in the present. And five, rubbing your palms, place on your eyes. Take enough time, very slowly, very gradually, completely acknowledge and accept your experience as it is. And open your wonderful, beautiful eyes with a smile on your face.